The Golden State Warriors just dominated on offense against the Memphis Grizzlies team that continued to push and would not go away. We all knew about playoff Jimmy, but the question was play-in Jimmy the same? And yes, he was. And Butler and Curry proved that when the lights are the brightest, they can both step up together. They combined for 75 points, and they were doing a lot outside of scoring as well. The Warriors did have some bumps in the road last night, but the playoffs is about executing, and that is exactly what they did. Before I get into everything in this video, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so the Warriors did not really end the regular season the way that they wanted to, falling to the play-in tournament. They had a really disappointing game against the Clippers to actually end the season, but they were not fooling me with that. That was not the end-all be-all. I really do think Jimmy Butler does not care about the regular season at all, no matter what game it is, but as soon as the playoffs start, he just switches his entire mindset and switches gears and plays with a new fire under him. And what he did in the first half was huge, because the Warriors out of the gate could have gone down by a lot, but Butler kind of helped the Warriors survive that initial Memphis punch. Let's take a look at some game film. So first off here, Jimmy Butler starts this possession with the ball on the wing. He gives it to Draymond, who then is just surveying the floor. He's calling out a play, and I love what Steph Curry and the Warriors do here because this is completely deceiving. Throughout the course of a game, Curry so many times will go backdoor. He would go left here behind a screen, and he would drill a three. But this time he goes in that position, and Tyus Jones decides to kind of shave off his ability to go left, and then he just cuts into the basket. Draymond hits him. He gets an easy layup. This is great basketball. Great deception, and I'm sure Steve Kerr had a lot to do with drawing up this play, even though I know Curry has a great IQ and is a mastermind on offense. Next here, this is just ridiculous from number 30. He kind of backs down his defender, walks him in to the left side of the court, then he drives in. Santos sets the screen to kind of free him a little bit, and when he turns the corner, he instantly is looking to shoot. And even with a little bit of side contact and just an awkward angle, Curry is able to knock down this shot from about 5 feet from behind the arc. I haven't got to see Flight react to this game yet, but I'm sure he will go bananas when he sees this play. Right here, this is the definition of Golden State Warriors ball movement. Curry kind of wraps around, loses the ball, but he gathers himself and recollects himself, and then he drives in. Obviously, Edie is just huge. He's like 8 feet tall or something, so you're not going to take this shot. So instead, he just dumps it off to Looney, runs around out of bounds, gets open in the corner, and hits the and one for a 4-point play. Just crazy. And this was a huge part of the game in terms of momentum because the Warriors were almost up by 20 points. We all knew Memphis was eventually going to make a push, but the Warriors just got up by too much, too fast, and it made it hard for them to come back, even though they kind of did towards the end. But we all know the Warriors got the dub, and that is all that matters in a play-in game. Now here, I just wanted to show this play because this is just disrespect. How in the playoffs are you going to leave Jimmy Butler this wide open from 3 for like 10 straight seconds? Eventually, he's going to decide to pull, and he does, and he made it. No problem. The Rockets definitely should not do this. I'm not saying you have to guard Jimmy Butler like he's a 3-point shooter, but he's definitely not Draymond Green. It's the playoffs. He has ice in his veins. He's going to knock down these shots over 50% of the time. You can't just leave him wide open. I just thought this was funny. Definitely was worth showing. And now here, once again, playoff Butler is in full effect. He's got Desmond Bane on him. He's just surveying the floor. He's patient, and he just gets to his spot at ease. Nobody can stop him. He passes up the 3, drives in, gets the switch for a second. He probably could have pulled this one up, would have been a better shot, but Bane ends up switching back. But still, he gets to his spot, and in rhythm, he knocks down a jumper, and this is what the Warriors have been missing all season long before the trade. Obviously, they had Curry, who was good enough to carry the team, but throughout the course of an entire season, there needed to be that number 2 guy, and Butler has absolutely stepped up and filled that role. Here, once again, he just sets up an entire play. Not everything he does is because of his scoring. He drives in, kind of captures the attention of most of the defense, and because of that, Draymond Green is completely freed up. Curry rolls behind him left and is wide open for the 3. Good pass by Draymond, and he is going to make that every single time. In fact, he doesn't even have to really look. It's basically a layup. And Curry was absolutely fired up after this play. It was a big moment in the game. Looking at some of the numbers from this game, Jimmy Butler logged 39 minutes, and in those minutes, he had 38 points with 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals, and was 12 of 20 from the field and 2 of 4 from behind the 3-point line. Very good game from him. Playoff Jimmy has officially arrived. And then Pods, he played 28 minutes. He didn't have his best night. He had 3 points with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, but he did make an impact. He was only -1 when he was on the court, so for having a bad game, it wasn't that bad, but obviously he needs to score more points in the future. But everyone is human. Everyone has those kind of nights. Draymond Green played 30 minutes. He had 4 points with 6 rebounds and 10 assists. He also had 3 steals and was 1 of 5 from the floor, so offensively definitely was not a good game, but defensively he made a huge impact. He was +12, leading the starting lineup in plus-minus. And then Moody, he played 33 minutes with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. And then Steph, look at Curry, man, had 37 points with 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Sorry, that was so cringy. I'm just trying to imitate Flight, and I'm not Flight at all. He had a steal as well, and he was 6 of 13 from behind the arc, and most importantly, he was a perfect 13 of 13 from the free throw line. That is absolutely clutch, especially in what was a 1-possession game down the stretch. In terms of the bench, Gary Payton had a huge game. He played 19 minutes and had 12 points with 2 rebounds and 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block, and he was 5 of 10 from the field. And then Post was also just as big. He was an ultra efficient 4 of 5 from the field and was +12 in terms of plus-minus. He had 11 points with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And then Santos had 3 points, Looney had 2, and Buddy Hield had 2. He was 1 of 4, which wasn't his greatest night, but he was +7 in terms of plus-minus. So really, everyone found a way to impact the game in some way, and that is how the Warriors were able to get this dub on the biggest stage. So now moving forward, they're going to have a 7-game series in round 1 on the road against Houston. And honestly, I kind of like this matchup a lot more than I did the Lakers. I don't think the Warriors were actually trying to tank the regular season to get to the play-in so they could face Houston, but now that they have the Rockets, that creates a very intriguing matchup because the Rockets have been so good all year long. I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and the Rockets actually beat them twice, but still, I think matchup-wise, this is definitely doable for the Warriors. The Warriors definitely have a lot more experience with Jimmy Butler, Curry, and Draymond Green, but the Rockets are younger. I think they're going to have more energy. I think they're going to be able to play more minutes, but nonetheless, usually in the playoffs, experience is what helps the most. But the Rockets do still have their vets. They have Steven Adams, they have Jeff Green, and then on top of that, they have like Jalen Green, who is an absolute dog. They have Dylan Brooks, who loves to be the villain. Then they have Amon Thompson, they have Fred VanVleet. He has some playoff experience, especially from his Raptors days. Alperen Şengün has been so good all year long. This is going to be a great matchup. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments below. I'm assuming if you're watching a Warriors video, then you're a Warriors fan, so you're probably going to say Warriors. But more than that, I want to hear your why. I want to hear your reasoning for why you think the Warriors will beat the Rockets. But yeah, enough of me yapping. Here's what some of the guys had to say in their post-game interviews following this win.
It's a playoff game, even though, you know, it disappears into the ether, as we all know. There's no record of it, but it's a playoff game. And, you know, I tried to downplay it a little bit before the game, but we desperately needed to win this game and get 4 days. Our guys have been basically playing knockout games for about 3 weeks, and one high-level game after another. And so to get this one, took 83 games, but we're right where we want to be, which is, you know, back in the playoffs, and we've got a chance. But maybe most importantly, we get the time to rest and prepare, because these guys need that desperately right now.
That's really all I have to say for this video. Be sure to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell so you never miss another upload, because I'm going to be covering the Warriors all postseason long. Make sure to hit that like button as well, because your support truly means the world. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. We are getting so close. We're only about 1,000 away. But yeah, until next time, I will see you all later.